Hey, it's Albert Orange, and welcome to the 71st episode of Pod by Orange. It's July 24th. It's almost August. Kinda. How you doing? It's been a long time since I last checked in on you on this podcast, okay? I think the last episode I've done was, I think I might have recorded it maybe 3-4 weeks ago, something like that. I'm not sure exactly when, but, I'm taking breaks here and there, you know? Hey, what are you gonna do? It's hot out. My garage is currently being occupied by my uncle, you know? There's always at least somebody else here inside the house, aside from me. You know, what can I do? Where am I gonna do this? I don't live anywhere else. I could do it in my car, like, at night, when it's not so, hot, but it's just not, I don't think it's the same as being in a nice room where there's space and there's there's a lot of a lot of air to move my hands around through. In a car, it's different because, it's very confined and it's very, and don't get me wrong, I like recording in my car, and I like the unique car sound where, like, the frequency is a little, different, but I just like recording in a nice living room space. Even the garage is fine, but the living room right here where I am, that's the money. I just wish that I could have this all the time, Alas, I can't. Anyways, I'm doing all right. I just wanna boast about something that happened the other day. The Seahawks, the Seattle Seahawks, my Seattle Seahawks, have announced for, they've announced that a few months ago that they were gonna have these throwback jerseys for sale, and that they were actually gonna play a game against the Browns, and I'm pretty sure it's in Week 8 of this upcoming 2023 season that they're gonna be playing in those throwback uniforms that they played in. It was the ones from, like, the ones that they had back in the 90s, the classic royal blue, white numbers, and with a retro Seattle logo on the sleeve, that's what they released just a couple of days ago, and I had to get one, and I initially was gonna get a Bobby Wagner jersey, but they ran out in my size, okay? So then I said, well, you know what, I'm gonna get a DK Metcalf jersey. Now, the one that I initially ordered was a game jersey, but you could get a more expensive one, which was like, $50, more, and it was like supposed to be like a nicer quality one. I'm not exactly sure uh, what it provided. I couldn't tell you, but it was more expensive. And when I see something that's more expensive, I just I mean, I just I automatically equate it to something that's of higher quality, you know. Um, Here we go. Let me go to the website here. They made a special website just for this, which I find it's so cool because they made it look like it was actually a website from the '90s. So that's very awesome. Um, let's see here. Let's see. I got the Fuse version. That's what it's called. The FUSE limited jersey. Yeah, it's a limited jersey. Um, and I think, yeah. So they didn't have a limited jersey for Bobby Wagner's, but they did have one for DK Metcalf's. But I ordered the game jersey first, and then I was like, you know what? Life is too short. I'm just going to get the limited jersey. And so here we are. I canceled the first game order, game jersey order, and then I just ordered a limited DK Metcalf throwback jersey. So that's what I'm going to get, hopefully, early September, mid-September, just in time for the NFL season, I think. I think that's what they wanted to go for with the timing. Yeah, because I think I'm pretty sure it starts September 10th. I'm pretty sure, at least. That's, yeah. I watched a Tom Grossi video, which was it was hilarious. He did a skit about where he played this guy talking to another guy who he also played. He plays every character in his skits. Tom Grossi. Look him up. Grossi Posse. Okay, he played this. He made this skit by himself where it was a guy inviting another guy to a wedding, and to be his best man, and the guy who was calling was saying, "Oh, our wedding is on September 10th," and the other dude was like, "Nope, no thanks, dude." Because the joke was he was like a die-hard NFL fan or football fan, and so, do you get it? Like, it's funny, right? I butchered that explanation. I'm sorry. Go watch that video though, and go check out Tom Grossi. All right, because that dude's pretty cool. Brandon Perna is also a very entertaining character. I like both of them. Yeah. So I wish there was a guy like that for the Seahawks. I might. There probably is, actually. But I don't know. Maybe I should become the Seahawks YouTube personality. Just live streams all the Seahawks games, does the play-by-play, just talks everything Seahawks, right? Makes channels, or not channels, has a YouTube channel and makes videos about the entire NFL league. I think that would be a pretty cool gig. Speaking of play-by-play, though, I think I want to do a play-by-play of every single Seattle Seahawks game for this upcoming season. Um, hopefully, hopefully I'll be able to do that. I don't know. I don't know if I can for every single one of them. Actually, I don't know. Maybe I can, but I would just have to find a place of my own. You know, which I don't really know if I want to do that. You know, at this point, I'm just waiting until my uncle moves out of our house so I can have the garage once again, and I could just do a live play-by-play of every single Seattle game, which that would be the dream. But then I also want to actually go to a game, like in real life. I don't know which one yet. I was going to the. It was going to be the Cleveland Browns game on week 8 with when they're gonna be wearing the throwback jerseys, but I'm not sure if I'll go to that one yet. I don't know. There's a lot of uncertainty right now, but I think I will go to a game eventually. I'll buy tickets eventually. Yeah. So anyways. Lots of exciting things. I mean, obviously the Seattle Seahawks, they're having a lot of. You'll find a lot of excitement across the bubble of the internet that is football related, right? There's a lot of excitement. Obviously, they had a winning season. Back when nobody thought they were going to have a winning season. And also nobody thought that they were going to make the playoffs. And they did. Did we lose in the first game of the playoffs in the wild card round? Yeah, we did. But I think that's just a testament to the powerhouse that we will become. I like how I'm saying we, like I'm actually part of the team. But they're gonna be a juggernaut in the NFC. Okay, you mark my words. I think within the next 3 years they're gonna win a Super Bowl. That's the conclusion that I've come to over these past couple of weeks. I just, our offense is going to be on point. Our defense is going to be on point. Both of those things were, well, the offense was on point enough, just enough to give us a winning season. The defense is what needed work. Okay? But we filled up those holes with the draft. I'm saying we again. I didn't fill them up. Okay? But Pete Carroll and John Schneider did. They nailed the draft. Okay? So, I just think that within the next 3 years, all of that is going to be enough to win a Super Bowl. Okay? And, I know it's very, very far from us right now at this moment in time. But listen, I just think that it's gonna happen. It's gotta happen. It's gonna happen. Okay? 3 years, Super Bowl, Seattle. Okay? The Vince Lombardi Trophy is coming to us. Okay? And I don't even live in Seattle, but it's gonna be part of my, it's going to be near me. Okay, is what I'm saying. And just that alone, it's just gonna happen. Okay? There's no other thing that I can say here. It's gonna happen. Now, can you say that about many other teams in the NFL right now? For example, the Lions, the Vikings, the Jets, even the Dolphins, all of those playoff, the Giants, all of those teams, the Ravens, okay? Can you say the same thing about those? Yeah, okay? And especially the Bengals, especially the Chiefs, especially the Bills and the Eagles, okay? All of those, and the 49ers, of course, as much as I don't like to admit it, okay? There's a lot of teams that, are up for contention, and Seattle is one of them, okay? Seattle will be Super Bowl contenders within the following next couple of years, okay? And I think they will win one. Because Pete Carroll is not dead, thank whatever higher power you have. And I think he's just going to lead us to another glorious trophy. Okay? It's going to happen. It's got to happen. We're going to do it. Go Hawks. That's all I got for, concerning the Seattle situation. That's got to be the name of a new segment on this podcast. The Seattle Sitch. The Seattle Sitch. Yeah. The Seattle Sitch. Because I think Seattle's situation is just a bit of a mouthful, Anyways, the Seattle Mariners are, one game over 500. They're playing a game right now against the Minnesota Twins. Okay, they just started. It's the top of the first, so the Mariners are at bat because they're playing at the Twin Stadium. Seattle Sounders. By the way, funny story actually. I think maybe like a week ago, last week, I actually recorded, like 20 minutes of this episode, okay, of what was supposed to be episode 21, and it was going great, okay? The reason why I haven't uploaded it, though, is because my little cousin came over. Because he, I think a couple of weeks ago we had a little bit of a cookout, and my cousin's family came over to eat. And then I don't know what happened. Oh yeah. They left with some of the leftovers that we gave to them in one of our dishes, and so my little cousin came over to return some of those dishes, but he also wanted to play and hang out with me, and I was up for it. I was excited to do it, but it meant having to give up recording the podcast that I was in the middle of recording, so it was going so well, at least that's what I thought, and ultimately I couldn't just record the podcast for 20 minutes and then hang out with my cousin for like an hour or two, or however much time that we spent playing I don't even know what we played. We played like that game that Michael Jordan was playing with his security guards, the one with the quarters. We did that, and then to do that, and then to go back to recording the podcast, it was just weird. So ultimately, that did not happen. Episode 71 had to be postponed. Okay, so it's not like I'm not trying to record the podcast. It's just there's, I don't know. You know what? I'm not gonna explain myself to anyone. Okay, because that's just, it's just pointless. It's my show. I get to record it whenever I want to. Okay, however I want to. And if it means having to wait, then so be it. Alright? So anyways, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah. I was gonna talk about the Inter Miami game against Cruz Azul with Lionel Messi going in. Dang, Lionel Messi in the MLS. I gotta tell you, if that team ever comes to Seattle, I'm going. Okay? It is the closest sports city to me, okay? To my approximate location. I have to go. I have to go see the GOAT. That is the GOAT. Step aside, Tom. Step aside, Bill. I almost called you Billy, but that would have been a little disrespectful. Okay? But step aside. Because Leo Messi is the man. Okay? And that is the man. He's been to two, count them, 2 World Cups. Sure, his team lost the first one back in 2014 against Germany, where, the German team proceeded to apparently chip the trophy somehow, during a celebration, But then they came back 8 years later. I don't know what happened to the one in between. But, 8 years later, after the brutal loss, nobody wants to lose the World Cup. He comes back, and it's against France. Oh, man. Kylian Mbappe. That kid's going to be a superstar. He has to be. Right? Well, didn't France win the 2018? I think they did. Yeah, they did. Yeah. Huh. Yeah, that's what happened. Kylian Mbappe. He's got a World Cup under his belt. I'm not gonna look it up. I'm just take it for just take my word at truth. Okay, don't look it up. Let's just say that Kylian Mbappe won the World Cup in 2018. Okay, and then he goes up against Lionel Messi and the Argentinian selection. And Argentina won in penalty kicks. I think it went to penalty kicks. Yeah, that's what it went to. And Argentina just ultimately bested them, And it was a great moment for Messi because it was destined to happen. That's Messi, all right? That's the guy who showed Cristiano Ronaldo who's boss. Although don't get me wrong, when Portugal lost, to who was it, Morocco or something? I actually don't know. Let's just say it's Morocco, just because that's what I put out. But when Portugal lost, and you saw Cristiano's reaction. It was. I mean, come on, like. At the end of the day, that's a human being, and you could actually see that. Oh, he's been actually dreaming about winning this thing for a long, basically his whole life. That was just brutal. And who knows if he'll ever come back to do it. I think he might. I'd say he could, but I think he might be too old. He might be too old. I don't know. But Leo Messi just goes in there and does it for Argentina. They do it. And it was a great day. Because I was rooting for that guy, I basically, I didn't say that, they were going to win the whole thing, but, I was saying, hey, they're going to go far, and I'm going to watch, and, Lionel Messi, that's Messi. That's Messi, I mean, before my throat gave out on me. It's got to happen. And it happened. So, and for him to do that, win the World Cup, and to come over to the U.S. of A. And then he comes over, right? He goes in at the 55-ish minute of that game against Cruz Azul. It's the League's Cup, right? He goes in and he gets the ball a few times. The crowd goes crazy anytime the ball comes in his direction. He takes a shot, it misses. And then I think he took another shot, it also misses. And up to that point, Cruz Azul had so many shots in the first half and the second half. They've only managed to get one of them in. But so does Inter Miami. In the first half, it was tied 1-1 at the first half. At the end of the first half, and Cruz Azul just kept missing. But it looked like their attack plan. It just looked the same each time. But Inter Miami just kind of, they like to attack in a burst whenever they did it. They were explosive whenever they did. And Lionel Messi just goes in, and I think it went into extra time. It was like in the 95th minute. Cruz Azul draws a penalty, and no, it wasn't a penalty. No, it was a free kick. Yeah, it was a free kick. And obviously it has to be Messi who shoots, right? And he's like I don't know, 20, 30 feet in front of the goal. There's the wall of Cruz Azul players who are gonna try to block, but it's of no use. As Messi just kicks the ball, sails over everyone's head, back of the net, and that's game over. It's basically game over. 2-1 Miami, and the crowd goes wild, of course. I mean, it's it's not even like Messi's like he hasn't even played the full game, you know? And I know it was a free kick, right? But so the odds are kind of stacked in favor of him, but I mean he hasn't even played for he went in at the 55 mark and he plays 40 minutes. Yeah, he plays 40 minutes. He hasn't even played an entire half in the MLS, and he already gets a goal. Isn't that crazy? It's just incredible. It's amazing. And so the crowd just went wild. They cut to David Beckham's face, who apparently he owns the team. You could see him getting emotional. And, it was just... I was watching right here on the couch. And... my goodness, and look, I was actually rooting against Miami. Just because that's Miami. I don't care for them. I never have. Okay, the only reason why I would care for that place is because of the Dolphins head coach. What's his name? Mike McDaniel. Okay, that guy is funny. Okay, you look at any clip of him, the guy's funny. That's the only reason why I would care about that place. And also because, of that Miami Vice show, which, it was, it's pretty cool, But other than that, I don't care. But Lionel Messi just put Miami on the world map. With the storybook ending. I mean, my goodness. And you know what? Inter Miami is dead last in the league. In the MLS. Okay? They're dead last. They have the least amount of points. They're in 15th place in like the Eastern Conference. They're dead last. There's no way to go. There's nowhere to go but up for that team. And Lionel Messi is going to take them up. I mean, he sticks around. I think his contract was for... what was it? What the heck was it? Was it 2.5 years? Yeah. Yeah, 2.5 years at 50 million per year. Yeah, I could see that team making the playoffs within a couple of years, So, I could see it happen. I'm not going to necessarily root for them. If they ever visit Seattle, I'm going to root for Seattle, but I'm also going to root for Messi, if that makes sense. So, I actually don't care if Messi himself tears Seattle to shreds. But, it's gonna suck, right? But that's the GOAT. That's a World Cup winner. That man won the World Cup in the world's most popular sport. He won a title. I mean, that guy is immortal. Okay? And I'm gonna see that game whenever it happens. I don't think it'll happen this year, but it's gotta happen next year. And so if that team ever comes over to Seattle, I'm going. Just straight up. That's what's gonna happen. And I'm gonna be rooting for Seattle, but I'm also gonna be rooting for Messi. If somehow Messi is not there, whether it's he's sitting it out, or he's I don't know, somehow gets injured, and the team actually wins against Seattle, then that would suck. But imagine Messi just single-handedly just tearing up your team to shreds. Like, sure, it would suck because that's your team, but man, that's Messi. You know what I mean? Anyways, I am going to end this podcast right here. I think my mother is about to arrive here to my house. She's gonna bring in some cashews that I've been craving for a while. I gotta tell you, I really gotta clean up my eating habits, because they have gotten out of control as of late. I mean, I gotta tell you, like, these past couple of months, I've been doing what I called bulking, in air quotes. It's really just an excuse for me to just eat like a madman, like a caveman, with total disregard for my body, and I kept telling myself, oh no, it's so I can get stronger at the gym. No, it wasn't. Well, it kind of was, actually. I ate so much under the guise that it would make me stronger at the gym, just because, more mass equals more weight lifted, right? But ultimately, I got some joint issues. My elbows are kind of giving me a hard time. I can't squat anymore for some reason because my knees just bother me. So that happened like a couple months ago, and I kept on eating like a madman. For some reason, I think at that point I was just giving in to my appetite, and just craving food, and just demolishing bowl after bowl after bowl after bowl after bowl of cereal and whatever else that I ate, and it got to the point where my stomach was hurting because I was just overeating to the point where my stomach just hurt, and that's not what I want to do anymore. So I'm trying to eat a lot less, if it means only having one of something, so be it, right? That saying that if you have pizza You can't have just one slice. Or if you have a hot dog, you can't have just one hot dog. You gotta have two or three. Well, no. Guess what? I don't need two or three. I'm fine with just one. Because you know what? I'm not even hungry at all to begin with. It takes very little to satisfy my hunger. You know? Very little. One slice of pizza will do it for me. You know? That'll do it for me. I'm good. That satisfies me for like the next 3 hours. It's when I just go overboard and start eating, 6 slices. That's just excessive, man. That's just irresponsible. So I'm just gonna try to discipline myself a little bit. I'm drinking plenty of water like I always do. Even before going on this binge eating charade, So anyways, I encourage you all to do the same if you have the same problem as I do, Next time you have that pizza, just look at it and just say, hey, I don't need to eat 7 slices. How about just 2? You know what? Just start with that. Just start with 2. Just 2 slices. Or maybe even 3. Maybe even just 3 slices. And then, the next time you get pizza, just lower it down to 2. And then let's just say that's like an 8-slice pizza. Then you got like a ton of leftovers. And then you just eat all of those throughout the week, but not all in one sitting, because that's just a lot. That's what I've done to my stomach over the last couple of months. Is just a lot. Too much, in fact. So, anyways, like I said, I'm gonna end it here. Because, it's been long enough. 42 minutes, almost 43. Yeah, this is a good time, an okay time to end it here. If you're curious, the road beside my house has already finally gotten paved, and apparently it's not going to be 3 lanes. It's just gonna be 2, just like it's always been. But what they did is that they added in a new lane for people to walk on it and to ride bicycles or whatever, which I think is nice. I don't know how long they're gonna make it, because it doesn't seem that long, but it's still nice. It's its own walking lane, so that's it's very nice. I've been taking my dog out on walks on it. My dog Rio, still a rascal, still a little rat, just slinking around. It's very nice. It's very nice to actually have a walkway around here, because there's barely any space to walk around this neighborhood. So anyways, that's just very nice. And they're doing a little bit more work on it, but hopefully by sometime this fall they're gonna be done with it. they started construction in February, and now it's July. I mean, it was actually like late February when they started. So like let's say March, April, May, June, July. I mean, that's 5 months. Like, how long is this gonna take? It's not even that long of a road. Long of a section of this road. The road itself is pretty long, but the section that they're working on is not even that long. What's going on, Anyways, I don't know. I'm gonna end it here. Crap. Of course I forget how to end this thing. Crap. Hold on. Let me pause just because I forgot the what I settled on saying at the end of the podcast in different languages. So hold on. Let me just go back to episode 70. See what I said, and then try to say it in a different language. All right? Hold on. All right. So I went back and I found the phrase that I chose to end the podcast with. It was "have a good day," right? But the list that I just found says has "have a nice day" in like 100 languages. So I'm just gonna use this list from now on. And even though it's not "have a good day," it's have a nice day. Did I just say have a nice day? That's embarrassing. Even though it's not, exactly the same thing, it's, what difference does it make? So it's still have a nice. Why do I keep saying that? Have a nice day. Again, it's just embarrassing. So here we go. This is the part where I say have a nice day in a different language other than English. And we're going to start with Afrikaans, which I believe is what they speak in South Africa. I believe so anyways. Okay, I have it here. So, I'm going to say it. I'm going to say it at the very end. But right after I say, hey, check out the YouTube channel that I got. It's just Albert Orange on YouTube. I think, what's my username? It's Albert _orange _007. Like James Bond. And go check out my Instagram that I don't post on anymore. Yeah, check this podcast out on YouTube, Spotify. What else is it on? Amazon Music. Apple Podcasts. All of those, okay? Yeah, just check it out. Support me. Alright? Just listen to me. Listen to all the game, the play-by-play calls that I did, for the XFL and for the NFL and for March Madness, okay? Listen to all those. They're very fun. You get to relive a game with me. Isn't that nice? Anyways. Alright, now I'm gonna finish it, okay? Anyways, in Afrikaans, have a nice day. Alright? It translates into lekker dag. Lekker dag. With an exclamation point. Alright, have a good one.